Tell us.
Burial.
The burial?
Deep.
His skull? Deep.
No.
Where's it buried?
No, it's all going to his skull.
DNA technology has settled the mystery of Ned Kelly by positively identifying the bushranger's remains. But the whereabouts of the bushranger's skull are still unknown.
He's trying to tell us where his skull was buried. What did he find? Casey, ChatGPT. Could Ned's skull be buried?
What? Okay, I'm done for today. I'm done for today.
The evidence we captured in this video could easily turn a skeptic into a believer, and it might just rewrite one of Australia's greatest unsolved mysteries.
Ned Kelly, are you here?
You better watch yourself, faggot!
Let me out. I'm gonna kill you. You were working.
What happened stunned us. We're still trying to process it. So welcome to part 4 of an investigation that changed everything. What if I told you the paranormal is real, that we're not alone, and the afterlife isn't just a story, it's waiting in the shadows? Those ghost hunting apps, they're not toys, they're tools, gateways to the other side. You can speak with the dead. But here's the chilling truth. Not every spirit moves on. Some are stuck, trapped where they died, bound by pain, by injustice, by stories left unfinished. They wait, silent and restless, hoping that someone will listen, someone brave enough to seek the truth and maybe set them free. Sounds unbelievable, right? Honestly, if you told us this a year ago when we began our own paranormal journey, we would have laughed too. But what we just uncovered is beyond extraordinary. There's a lot to uncover in this episode, so we've broken it down into chapters to help you follow along with every twist. We'll take you from the beginning of Ned Kelly's life to the choices that sealed his fate. We'll show you why we believe his spirit still haunts this jail and what might finally bring him peace. While investigating the Old Melbourne Gaol, the Spirit Talker app delivered something we never expected. Chillingly accurate phrases, direct references to Ned Kelly's life, and timings that were too precise to be coincidence. This wasn't random, it felt personal, like Ned was reaching out, trying to say something bigger than we imagined, and somehow he chose us to help tell it. What we captured isn't just compelling. It could be a missing piece of Ned Kelly's story, the final chapter of a legend still unfinished, and maybe, just maybe, a chance to set his spirit free. So you don't believe we made contact with Ned Kelly's spirit? Well, here's just a taste of what's to come.
I was treated bad. 4 men here.
4 men here.
Did you say 4 men? You mean the Ned Kelly gang?
Look, I'm here. Visual.
Visual.
I'm listening to you.
Where are you? Please, where are you?
I understand you.
Who are you? Give us a clue.
Door.
Door.
Ned Kelly. Gave us a hint who we're talking to. We're talking to Ned Kelly.
And believe it or not, this was just the beginning. It gets even wilder from here. Now it's time to show you the clues, the ones that pulled us in. The signs that made us dig deeper, question everything, and refuse to look away. At first we didn't see it, but in the edit it hit us. We weren't chasing a ghost story. The ghost story was chasing us. What started as a haunting became something much bigger, a legacy, a mystery that's gripped Australia for over a century. Where is Ned Kelly's skull? You might be thinking, what do you mean? He's been dead for over 150 years. But here's the truth. It's missing, and we believe Ned wants it back. These are the words, the whispers, the moments that stopped us cold, moments that made us feel like he was trying to speak, trying to reveal a secret buried since the 1800s. The very reason his spirit may still be trapped inside these walls.
Who can help me?
We can help you.
Let people know.
Let people know.
Secret.
It's a secret.
A human skull, shrouded in controversy and mystery. It is claimed to be that of legendary outlaw Ned Kelly.
It all started with this skull, which was stolen from the Old Melbourne Gaol in the 70s. It was handed in 2 years ago, complete with an inscription. But scientists found it wasn't from Ned's head. They turned their attention instead to an archaeological dig at the old Pentridge prison and a mass grave full of bones transferred there from the Old Melbourne Gaol in the 1920s. DNA samples were tested and matched against Kelly's great-great-grandnephew. What's not resolved is the whereabouts of the bushranger's skull.
Could his spirit be trapped, unable to rest because a part of him is still missing? Is his soul locked inside these stone walls, unrested, desperate to share his story, just to finally move on? And could he be using us to get that story out, to finally find peace? Surely not. Call us crazy, but we think he is. And we may have found the answer to where Ned Kelly's skull really is. We can't wait to show you what we've uncovered, and we're genuinely honoured to bring it to you, because what you've seen so far, that was just the beginning. Spooky Squad, strap in. This episode is next level, and it's all thanks to you. Together we've pieced together the biggest mystery we've ever faced, and believe us, it's been 100% worth it. Still not convinced it's Ned? No worries. Here's more chilling evidence we captured, because this ride is just getting started.
Grace. Annie.
Annie?
My life is short.
My life was short. He
Life
died
is
at
short.
25, yeah.
He did. Ned Kelly died at 25 when he was hung. Right, let's go find him.
As promised, in our last episode we threw down the challenge. Help us crack the final stage of this investigation by commenting or contacting us with what we might have missed. Well, some of you definitely delivered in a big way. Your insights didn't just stand out, they helped us solve the mystery. And in this episode we're featuring a few of those game-changing contributions. A big shout out to
Dustar Q1F
and Dan's Paranormal 846. Your evidence and feedback earned you the spooky detective stripes and a spot on the team for this case. So sit back, relax and enjoy the ride. You've definitely earned it. And to everyone else who commented, we see you, we appreciate you, and we'd love for you to keep investigating with us. So let's go and solve the spooky together. You might be asking, who was Ned Kelly? And why would his ghost still linger inside these walls? Well, let us paint you a picture. He's one of Australia's most iconic and most controversial figures, a bushranger, an outlaw, to some a criminal, to others a folk hero, a symbol of rebellion, resistance and national identity. But like any legend, his story is twisted with myth, mystery and tragedy. Before we dive deeper, we highly recommend watching Ned Kelly, the Australian film starring the late Heath Ledger.
Can I help you?
Yes, you can. My name's Edward Kelly.
His mates call him Ned. Ned Kelly? I'm sure I've heard that name somewhere.
I'm sure you have, sir.
It's a powerful retelling of his story and a brilliant take on the legend. It's definitely worth your time. But for now, let's rewind. Born in 1854 in Beaveridge, Victoria, Ned Kelly's life was marked by hardship from the very beginning. His father, an Irish ex-convict, died when Ned was just 12, forcing him to grow up fast. Branded a troublemaker early on, Ned was arrested at 14 and relentlessly harassed by the police. The one thing about Ned, he never backed down. After a violent clash with a constable in 1878, Ned and his brother Dan disappeared into the bush. Soon after, they were joined by Steve Hart and Joe Byron, and the Kelly gang was born. They robbed banks, burned mortgage records, and somehow became folk heroes, winning the hearts of the struggling farmers across Victoria. His legend peaked in 1880 at Glenrowan, when the Kelly gang, clad in homemade iron armour, faced off against the police in one of Australia's most iconic shootouts. Ned was wounded, captured, and taken to the Old Melbourne Gaol. There, he was tried and hanged. He was just 25 years old. His final words, such is life. To this day, Ned Kelly remains one of Australia's most polarising figures, villain or hero, rebel or martyr. One thing's certain, his story still echoes through history, and as we discovered, his spirit still echoes within these very walls. After Ned Kelly was hung at the Old Melbourne Gaol on November 11, 1880, his family pleaded for his remains, but the government refused. His body was buried on site in an unmarked grave. No coffin, no headstone, just a body in the dirt. Why? To stop his grave from becoming a shrine and to keep history-hungry thieves at bay. And so, for decades, that's where Ned was believed to rest, or so we thought. In 1929, parts of the jail were demolished. The bodies, including Ned's, were unearthed and dumped in a mass grave at Pentridge Prison. No records, no care, no dignity. Fast forward to 2008, archaeologists began excavating the site at Pentridge, uncovering hundreds of bones, all jumbled together. Then, in 2011, a breakthrough. Using DNA from Ned's living relatives, they identified his skeleton, or most of it, but one crucial piece was missing: his skull. Over the years, hundreds of myths and legends have swirled around Ned Kelly's missing skull. Stolen, swapped, hidden, or even sold. At one point, a skull believed to be Ned's was put on display right here at the Old Melbourne Gaol. That skull was later stolen, but eventually recovered. When DNA testing was finally done, the chilling truth was revealed. It wasn't Ned's. It belonged to another prisoner entirely. Which brings us to the big question, the very reason we're here. Where the hell is Ned Kelly's skull? Because one thing is now clear. Ned has unfinished business at this jail, and we believe that's why his spirit still lingers on the very ground where he took his final breath. He doesn't just want his story told, he wants his skull back. And you'll learn even more about Ned Kelly as we unpack some truly wild evidence throughout this episode. But for now, after digging deep across the first 3 parts of this investigation, we're convinced the spirit we've been communicating with is Ned. So let's bring you up to speed. If you missed any of the first 3 episodes, don't worry, it's recap time. Here's a look back at some of the most jaw-dropping moments, the turning points where we first started to believe we might actually be speaking to Ned Kelly himself.
The plot to massacre the police had been foiled, and they now knew where the gang was hidden. The most famous shootout in Australian history was about to begin.
Just remember, Ned Kelly died at only 25, way back in the 1800s. English sounded different then, and so did the way people expressed themselves. To those who loved him, Ned was a loyal, articulate, even a bit of a larrikin. But to many, he was a ruthless outlaw who struck fear across the land. Now heads up, the words that come through next you won't see coming. Some connect directly to Ned's life, others feel like cryptic clues, and a few, they stopped us cold. At this point, we still had no idea who we were really communicating with. After digging deeper into the footage from part 1, we now believe that, hidden within the chaos, Ned Kelly may have been trying to reach out from the very beginning. There were signs, clues we missed in the moment, moments we didn't fully understand until now. Some never even made it to the original cut. But once we started piecing the puzzle together, everything changed. Ned's story, it's starting to reveal itself in ways we never expected.
Whose guns are these?
His foes.
This is it. The battle between the Kelly gang and the police happened when he came out. Were these his guns?
Mike.
Who's this one? What's that? Mike? Is that how tall Ned Kelly was?
Visual.
Visual.
Visual. Did you say visual? Strangers in the hall. Just here.
Annie.
Who's that? Annie?
Grace.
Sam's in a good being there, but down here we get...
Stephen.
Can you feel the temperature drop?
Dad.
Stephen. Yeah.
Who can help me?
Who can help me? We can help you. We can help you.
Sam, do you want to go up the top? Let's go up the top.
No.
What?
This way to hang Ned Kelly.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hang. They hang Ned Kelly on that.
Okay, so obviously we couldn't change his fate. I mean, Ned Kelly's story is already written in history. But if this really was Ned Kelly, maybe, just maybe, he was asking us to help him now. Kind of wild, right? And that's just the beginning of what we captured. Because this is where our investigation into Ned Kelly takes a dramatic turn.
Frederick Bailey
Tomb.
What's that?
Tom.
Tom. I think Tom. Oh no, not Tom. Tomb.
The word tomb might seem random, but trust us, it holds powerful weight in Ned's story. This is the moment the investigation starts to blow us away. Crazy, right? Now, this is just our opinion, but honestly, it feels like we just ticked off one of our top 5 bucket list moments, making contact with the spirit of Ned Kelly. And we still can't believe it actually happened. Most of the words that came through had meaning. Some were clear, but a few, they were nothing short of incredible. We still can't believe what we captured, and trust me, there's still plenty more to come. But first, I need to answer one terrifying question. Is the spirit we contacted really Ned Kelly? If you've seen the last 3 episodes, then you already know we weren't alone in there. And what we faced, it wasn't just spooky, it was pure, unshakable terror. We're sharing this footage so you can feel even a fraction of what we felt. The fear, the warnings, the overwhelming sense that we were trespassing on something ancient and angry. Whatever it was, it didn't want us there. And it nearly got its wish, because before we even reached Ned, the first part of this investigation went from strange to terrifying. It got creepy before we even set foot inside the jail.
That's a hospital, Sam. Do you know what hangs around hospitals?
Ghosts.
That's right. Whoa. That is a creepy joint. Okay, someone's yelling over there at a complete person that doesn't exist. Okay, let's go, Sam. Correct. What is it with this timing? Every time we say a creepy place, something creepy happens out the front of it. Anyway, we're now double timing to try and get to the Melbourne Gaol. Do you want to do a baseline out here? Get the EMF? Let's go over near the wall.
Oh, you're going to be kidding me.
Is that already lighting up already? Oh, let's walk over near the wall. Is it still beeping?
Yep, still beeping.
By the way, there's no power lines, anyone. Just so you
This
know.
place is
there's no power lines.
alive.
So you want to go in, Sam?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's explore the jail. What do you think?
The moment we stepped inside the jail, things shifted fast. This wasn't just a ghost hunt anymore. It had turned into something darker, something evil. We went from investigators to the hunted, and it nearly shut the whole thing down. But here's the creepiest part. We didn't even realise how bad it was until the edit. Most of the darkest moments, we had no idea they even happened at the time. Watching it back now is terrifying, and honestly, we're lucky we're still able to continue at all. Ugh. Even now, it still gives me the chills.
This is already scaring me.
Aggressive. It's not just me. Creature. Don't provoke us.
This place is absolutely nuts.
From the moment we stepped inside, the air felt different, heavier. There was a presence, watching, and for the first time ever, we're not sure who was doing the hunting. This investigation got intense, because what we found in the edit wasn't just unsettling, it was downright sinister. The kind of thing that crawls into your nightmares and stays there. But to truly understand, you need to feel the weight of it, the energy and the history. It set the stage for one of the most unforgettable investigations yet. But before we show you what we captured, here's a quick recap of part 1, where things spiraled fast. We're heading deep into one of the most haunted sites on earth, Old Melbourne Gaol, a place soaked in fear, violence and history where 133 people were executed, tortured and some of them left to rot in solitary confinement. It housed Australia's most dangerous criminals, and a death toll we'll never truly know. It's no wonder the spirits here are angry, restless. This wasn't just a prison, it was a place of torment. Its history doesn't whisper ghost stories, it screams them. This isn't just a setting for a horror film, it's a warning about what happens when you open doors you might not be able to close. This historical landmark is famous for its intense activity. It's not for the faint-hearted, a true hotspot for the brave. People report scratches, sudden nausea, shadowy figures, disembodied voices, icy cold spots, and some even claim to see full-body apparitions. Places like this demand respect, especially when you're standing inside one of the most haunted prisons on earth. We're here to explore, sure, but staying safe is just as important. Before we begin, we always introduce ourselves and make one thing clear. No spirit is allowed to follow us or attach to anyone.
Oh, let me out! If I could just get my hands up. Hide it there behind the big door. Let me out.
Are you afraid? The voice asked both of us.
Are you afraid?
And without hesitation, Sam replied, "No, we're not."
I'm afraid. No,
Beginning.
Beginning.
Whoa. What is that?
Truth is, I didn't feel fear in this moment, just this creeping unease. Remember when I said timing matters? Well, this is one of those moments. Because what we didn't realise then was that claiming we weren't afraid may have triggered something. Something that had already been watching. Something that wanted to communicate. Looking back, we think it was a warning from something dark, maybe even evil, and we probably should have listened. Because not long after, the Spirit Talker app said a single word: beginning. If only I'd known that word wasn't just eerie, it was a promise. This was the start of something much more sinister.
You okay?
I have got an itchy neck.
Watch what I do.
Watch what I do.
I have got a headache.
Wait.
Like, my back of my neck, it keeps itching. I don't know why, mate. Anyway, by coincidence, but
Painful. Scratch.
none of my back legs itching.
Where?
We're going to the second floor.
Mentally and physically, I do not feel safe.
I feel off. I feel off in here. What?
The deeper we searched for Ned, the worse I felt. A wave of unease, nausea, like something was closing in. We've been investigating for over 6 months now, and I've read all about the risks, spirits attaching themselves, even causing harm. I never really believed it could happen to me, but now I get it. There's a kind of energy here that feels wrong, unwanted, dangerous. We're only an hour in. I have to push through because if there's evidence to find, I'm not leaving without it.
My blood.
That's enough.
My blood.
Dark Dominion.
I don't feel safe.
And we thought that was the end of it until Casey, our editor and producer, called me. Said he'd found something in the footage, something I didn't believe at first. But then he sent me a clip. Now it's burnt into my brain.
Sam, we have to get home to see a video.
Oh, wait, what? there is only going to be one thing that's probably going to be creepy. There's going to be a face on the wall, or there's going to be like a figure like behind us.
There's something I found in the edit. I think there was something behind you, mate.
My blood.
What's that?
My blood.
Dark Dominion.
Dark Dominion. Dark Dominion. Dark Dominion.
Oh, there's no explanation for it. There is a figure with 2 eyes.
Well, Casey?
You might want to sage your house or something.
Yeah. It's creepy as hell in here.
But we didn't come here just for the fear, we came here for Ned Kelly. It's important to see how every piece of the evidence we found builds to something unbelievable. If we'd left early, if we'd given up, we never would have uncovered the answers we were chasing. But after finally mustering the courage to push forward and firmly telling whatever dark energy was with us to leave us alone, we kept going. We're so glad we did. Now let's look back at why we believe Ned chose this moment. Because we didn't just survive the evil inside that jail, we passed the test. And that's why we believe Ned chose us, to tell the truth, to finally share his story the way it was meant to be told. Now it's time to connect the dots, to link the evidence directly to Ned himself. We captured 3 chilling phrases: who can help me, secret, and let people know. Creepy, right? But trust us, that was just the tip of the iceberg. The real question is, why would Ned say this? In part 3, we handed the investigation over to you, the Spooky Squad. We gave you 15 minutes of raw, unfiltered footage and asked for your help to dig deeper. Now, we're revisiting those key moments, breaking them down piece by piece. We'll uncover hidden meanings, explore Ned's past, and connect it all to one massive theory. Where is Ned Kelly's missing skull? And here's the wild part. It's like he's actually telling us where to find it. One word, one clue that led to a potential location tied to a 145-year-old mystery. And when you see what we found, it may just leave you speechless. And our newest Spooky Squad detectives, don't worry, your moment is coming. Just a heads up, at the start of this chapter, we still didn't know we were talking to Ned. Watch as it unfolds.
Secret.
Is that a secret?
Secret. What's the secret? What's the secret?
2.
The knots at the end are designed to cut your skin. 2. There's 2 armours. Let's have a look at it.
Nancy.
Nancy.
And 2 guns.
Nancy and 2 guns.
2. Remember when he said 2?
2 guns.
2 guns. Hey mate, we're just going to do a lighter really quick. Do you just want to talk to us one more word before we do lighter?
Hiding.
Hiding. Look at... Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Stay positive.
Alright, thank you.
Was that stay positive? Okay.
Yeah. Let's go upstairs.
You want to go upstairs?
Yeah.
Whoa. It's a hangman's noose. Whoa.
Where are you? Please, where are you?
Let me look. You know me.
I do.
You know me. I think we need to get to the 2nd level.
Shop.
Shop.
Woods.
What's that?
Woods.
Woods. They were caught in the woods, Ned Kelly's gang. This place is nuts. What's in his hand? M4, what's this? Ooh, here's all the people. So Ned Kelly...
Outside.
What's that? Outside, he went outside. So looking for 1880, mate. Here. Right here. 11th of November. I think that is Ned Kelly Edward right here. For murder. Here it is, 1880.
Oh yeah, Ned.
Yep, Ned Kelly. 1880, 11th of November. Crikey.
Jeez.
We've got to find out who we're talking to. Can you ask them to give us a clue who they are?
Who are you? Give us a clue.
Just so we can find them on the board.
Yeah.
Door.
Door. Behind the door, right? That's who we're talking to. Ned Kelly. gives a hint who we're talking to. We're talking to Ned Kelly. Let's get out of here.
Riley.
It's the conflict.
Riley.
That's his stuff, that's his gun.
1970s.
1970s. In the 1970s, they brought his skull and everything else up.
Eleanor.
Eleanor. Oh, yeah? What's in it? That's actually Ned Kelly.
Did you say Eleanor?
Yeah.
Ellen Kelly was his mum.
It's them.
What's that?
It's them.
It's them.
Yep.
This here is Ellen Kelly and the Kelly homestead in 1881, a year after his death by hanging. What is this?
Move location, please.
Exactly where we stood, that beam is where he was hung there, upstairs. That beam up here.
Oh, well.
Sam. That's the trapdoor here. That's the mechanism. When you pull the mechanism, the trapdoor falls out underneath you. And they're hung there.
Guide you.
Guide you.
Guide you?
Where do you want to guide us to? He literally died at 25 years old.
Emily.
Like how?
Who's that?
Emily.
I've definitely seen an Emily somewhere. I've definitely seen an Emily somewhere. Seen an Emily. Seen an Emily somewhere. Where have we seen an Emily? What is that?
Oh, you actually gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. What the hell was that? Where?
That's the skull.
Ned Kelly!
It is Ned Kelly.
That was his boy and that is him.
Sam, over here. No.
Burial.
Yeah, burial. Does that say burial? I was just looking at the burial. His body was buried on site. But they found all of his body, but not his skull. It only announces results, details, announces the skull, and it wasn't his skull. They haven't found it. And that's what I mean by the burial.
Deep.
He was buried on site.
Deep.
Deep. He was buried deep on site.
Really
and
deep.
obviously, if his head is still here, that's why he's still here. The rest of his body was taken out of jail, but his head wasn't.
Let people know.
Dad,
Yeah.
he said let people know. We have to keep on reading about him.
Okay, let people know. Okay. Then this is the story of Ned Kelly right here. That's Ned Kelly there. Whoa, that's 1878. It's 2 years before he was hung.
Emily.
Emily.
Seen an Emily again.
See, what did I tell you? These words are way too specific to ignore. Coincidence? We're not buying it. The timing of these references, honestly, mind-blowing. We're convinced this was Ned's spirit. He named his mother, his sisters, even the police officer that he killed. He said he was treated badly. He confirmed there were 4 in the Kelly gang and even named one of them. But then it went deeper. As we stood in front of the photo of the famous police shootout, he said conspires and mentioned 2 guns and even hiding, just like the real Ned was known for. And then the word that stopped us cold, woods, followed by the name of the forest where it all happened. You'd think that would be enough, but no, it kept going. He used the word shop, an old term from his era, and get this, historical records show the inn where the final siege happened was also a store. A shop is exactly what Ned might have called it. But not only that, it was spelt the same way that it was from Ned's time. Then came the word Riley, a reference to an old saying, the life of Riley, meaning a carefree life, a peaceful end, just like his final words, such is life. And just when we thought it couldn't get more specific, we found the final punch, a clue on the door, a drawing of the iconic iron head armour, Ned's signature. Too detailed, too accurate, too impossible to ignore. Now, here's where it gets truly crazy. Ned wants his skull back, and he's reaching out to us to help him find it. Watch this.
Who can help me?
We can help you.
Let people know. Hiding.
Hiding.
Secret.
What's the secret?
Guide you.
Guide you.
Guide you?
Where do you want to guide us to?
Move location, please. Burial. Deep.
So Ned Kelly...
Outside.
DNA technology has settled the mystery of Ned Kelly by positively identifying the bushranger's remains, but the whereabouts of the bushranger's skull are still unknown.
And shout out to
Duster Q1F.
Awesome pickup. We think you're right. His skull is still buried deep. The real question is, where? Now here's our crazy theory about where we think Ned Kelly's skull could be hidden. It stems from a single word. One word that shocked us once we researched it. And the wildest part, the word came through twice. Have you guessed what it is? Now the moment of truth. Are you ready?
Hey Sam. Casey's got a video for us to watch. Yeah, quick, it's about Ned Kelly.
Ned Kelly?
You know the new video we got coming out? He's found something. Quick, let's go.
Again?
Yep.
Can't be again. Come on. So you're telling me we saw a black figure?
Mate, I have no idea. Here we go.
I was threatened bad. My life was short.
And just when we thought it couldn't get more specific, we found the final punch, a clue on the door, a drawing of the iconic Iron Head armour, Ned's signature.
Remember that?
Too detailed, too accurate, too impossible to ignore. Now, here's where it gets truly crazy.
What's he
Ned
found?
wants his skull back, and he's reaching out to us to help him find it. Watch this.
Who can help me?
We can help you.
Let people know. Hiding.
Hiding.
Secret.
What's the secret? No.
Guide you.
Guide you.
Guide you.
That's why we're sitting downstairs.
No. Where do you want to guide us to? No.
Move location, please.
No.
Burial.
The burial?
Deep.
His skull? Deep.
No.
Where's it buried?
No, it's all going to his skull.
DNA technology has settled the mystery of Ned Kelly by positively identifying the bushranger's remains, but the whereabouts of the bushranger's skull are still unknown.
Remember they couldn't find his skull?
Now here's our crazy
But it's
theory
all
about
going
where
to
we
the
think
skull.
Ned Kelly's skull could be hidden. It stems from a single word. One word that shocked us once we researched
what one word
it.
is it?
And the wildest part,
Wait.
the word came through twice. Have you guessed what
Twice?
it is?
He literally died at 25 years old.
Yeah.
I like,
Emily.
like
Emily,
how?
who's that?
Emily.
Who's Emily?
Who's who?
Did Emily come through twice? I've definitely seen an Emily somewhere. I've definitely seen
I
Emily.
said
that. It wasn't written anywhere. Emily. Seen an Emily somewhere.
Guys, we can.
Where was it written anywhere? Emily. It's not in there. Hang on. What did he find? Hang on. Emily. Where have we seen Emily? What is that?
Oh, you actually gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. What the hell was that?
That's his skull. Oh, that's what he thought his skull was.
Ned Kelly!
It is Ned Kelly.
Let people know.
Let people know.
What? Emily?
Dad,
Yeah.
he said let people know. We have to keep on reading about him.
Okay, let people know. Okay. Then this is the story of Ned Kelly right here. Then go to jail again. This is Ned Kelly, age 15. And then once out of prison, bare-knuckled wild ride, he got into the Kelly gang, and that's when he was caught. That's Ned Kelly there.
Kelly gang, yeah.
Well, that's 1878. It's 2 years before he was hung.
Emily.
Emily. There's Emily again. That's Emily twice.
No, but they
Who's
had the same,
Emily?
They had the same emoji.
Yeah, but who's Emily?
Exactly.
Who's Casey found? Who's Emily? Casey put it there. I couldn't ignore the name Emily. It came up twice.
I couldn't ignore
Emily, it came up twice, and that got me curious. Too specific to be random. Yep. So move this. So Casey started digging. Firstly, Emily has no link at all to the Ned. I thought so. We didn't know what the name was. But here's the crazy twist. The name Emily might be the missing link to the possible future of discovered Ned Kelly's skull. What did he find?
No.
Ned wasn't reaching out about a person. He was reaching about a place, a building. The Emily McPherson College. What's the crazy about? But this is crazy. What's crazy? Because the old grades of jail were removed from this building could rise. It was built on top of him. Emily's building was built on top of Ned's skull.
But surely Ned isn't.
He asked ChatGPT, tell me about the Emily McPherson and graves that were replaced at the Old Melbourne Gaol. What's it got? Emily McPherson College is domestic on it in 1927. The college surrounding buildings were built on the former jail's land. Executed prisoners, including Ned Kelly, were buried in the unmarked graves. 1920s, as the jail was partially demolished, some burial areas were built over or disturbed to make way for the new construction. While officers' efforts were made to exhume and move the bodies to prison, the process was chaotic, incomplete and poorly documented. This has led to speculation that not all the bodies were recovered. His skull may be underneath the building. Did Casey find anything else? Casey, ChatGPT. Could Ned's skull be buried under the Emily building? ChatGPT. Here's why it could be. Yes, absolutely. The wrong remains could have been removed. Fragments like the skull were accidentally left behind, or his real skull was never removed at all and still lies beneath the alumni courtyard or the nearby ground. That's why Emily came up twice. He was trying to tell us where his skull was buried. Is that it?
What?
That's it.
Oh my god. Hey, builders, whatever, dig a hole under the,
Dig a hole under the Emily. I don't think I'm about to dig a hole underneath there. Just so you know, Casey checks all the facts for us. He actually goes diving into these stuff to try and work it out.
make a little tunnels and then steady.
Yeah.
Start digging under. Trust me.
So
if that popped up, the skull is there.
That cannot be coincidental. Have we solved it? We didn't know who Emily was, and Casey found out. It was a building that was built on top of the old graves.
Okay, I'm done for today.
Let's get some dinner.
I'm done for today.
Make up your own mind, but for us, this investigation has been nothing short of life-changing. Now, we're not saying Ned Kelly's skull is definitely buried beneath the Emily building, but it could be, and if not right there, then surely close. The truth is, after all these years, pinpointing the exact location would be an incredibly difficult task, even for an expert archaeologist. But maybe, just maybe, this is the place to start. Because if it is there, finding it wouldn't just be historic, it will be one of the greatest discoveries in Australian history. It could finally bring peace to Ned's spirit, closure for his family, and write the final chapter in the story of one of our nation's most iconic, controversial, and unforgettable figures. And let's be honest, doesn't Ned Kelly deserve that kind of ending? Of course, that's just our opinion. Thanks again for all your support on the channel. But before we go, here's one last chilling piece of evidence sent in by Dan's Paranormal 846, who emailed us something we had to share. He spotted a face on the wall, right as the Spirit Talker app said, "My blood." Remember that moment when everything turned black? Here's the wild part. Dan believes it's Ned Kelly. Can you see it? Because once you do, it's hard to unsee. Wait a second. Are you telling me this was Ned the whole time, messing with us? I'm not going there. Stay spooky, stay safe. We'll see you in the next adventure.